Hello, this is Mark, and some updates coming very um, recent developments that we know what's going on in Syria. More details are coming through. Good alternative websites are reporting on what's going on in Syria and the reality that in Syria you have the Russians backing Assad, as I reported before. There's a lot of proof of that, and a lot of reports of that happening, of course. And what's going on in mainstream media in America is that it's been twisted around to demonize Assad and Putin as the cause of all problems, even to the point of interfering with the election. Okay, so it's been the Obama administration and the Clinton's administration um, goal to demonize the Russians and blame everything that the Russians, blame it all on the Russians, okay? Losing the election, they're starting to come up with all these accusations that the Russians hacked, and you can even see these reports of Obama himself in a news interview, and he's saying that they believe that Russia had hacked the Democratic election and caused Trump to win. So they're implying all this now, okay? And even his spokespeople. And so it's this kind of junk is just surreal. I mean, we live in a time where it is almost hard to believe that we're actually seeing this happen, okay? I mean, we have a guy in office that really hates Christians. He hates Israel. He doesn't like America. He's been doing everything to dismantle America and destroy it and cause it to fall and fail. He's been doing everything he can to start World War III. But yet he gets out there and he says, oh, I want to have a smooth transition for Trump to come in and take over, and I want to cooperate. And he puts up this lying, deceptive facade, okay, just to deceive people and throw people off. But behind the scenes, he's trying to ramp up World War III. Well, the latest update concerning Syria is China is now backing Assad along with Russia, okay? So, and as we know from the reports of in-depth reporting that actually went on the ground in Syria, speaking to the people there, doing videos and interviews and actually doing the research, they have come to the conclusion that it is the rebel-backed forces by the United States and Turkey, through Turkey and even Saudi Arabia, through those governments, that these radical Islamic terrorists are coming in to try to overthrow Assad. Okay? And we're backing that. Our tax dollars are paying for that. And we can thank Mr. Obama for that abomination. That's another abomination from this character that we have to deal with. And so what I see, you have to look at, why is he continuing to do this? You know, why? He's on his way out. He's not going to be in office very much longer. But I don't feel safe at all. I don't feel safe as an American citizen. I don't feel confident that Trump's going to be able to turn this country around and reestablish a peaceful relationship with Russia, which I believe he would, given the opportunity. I truly believe that Obama is trying to start World War III. Literally trying to start World War III before he leaves office. And I personally believe he's the Antichrist, because if you read Revelation 17, the beast and the 10 horns will hate the harlot and make her desolate and strip her naked, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire in the end. Okay, if you read those verses at the end of the chapter. Now, if you know some of the mysteries, and I have some really, really good research, in-depth research done by Richard A. Combs that did the most extensive research on America and Bible prophecy, bar none, that makes all others look like a joke, okay? It took him 11 years to do the research, okay? And so he found America's destiny was foretold in Bible prophecy, and he did a CD-ROM called America the Babylon. I have that CD-ROM. I've had it for 14, 15 years. I've been through that several times. I've researched it. I've cross-referenced it, and I've done my own research to see if he's made any mistakes, and I can't find any real mistakes that would break it down. He's interpreting the scripture correctly. He's following the right principles of Bible study and doing his research into the Greek and Hebrew words, even to the idioms of the ancient Hebrew language, you know. So I know for a fact that his research is a fact. America's destiny is in Bible prophecy. And in that study, it's a league of great nations that come up against Babylon, which is America, okay, and come up against her and help to destroy her. And it's also the kings of the Medes, which is Iran, okay, and Iran's involved with China, with Russia, okay, in supporting Assad. Okay, get a load of that, okay? So you have three major elements. You have two world superpowers, and then you have the radical Islamic kings of the Medes, represented by Iran, okay? And all the other elements of these radical jihadists, okay? They're trying to overthrow Assad. You know, and here we are, we're coming butting heads. And this is the revelation of a major mystery, a major prophetic, profound revelation in the book of Revelation in chapter 17 and 18. And it goes much further than that, because America's destiny and Bible prophecy involves Isaiah chapter 13, 14, chapter 21, verses 1 through 10 only, chapter 47, and also chapter 18. Almost forgot that one. And Jeremiah 50 and 51, along with Revelation 17 and 18. So you have over 8 chapters of scripture, okay, about America's destiny and Bible prophecy, okay? And so, and what I can't understand myself is how come American pastors don't know this? How? How come? I mean, and I'll tell you why. Is because they've been taught in seminary school that it's the Roman Catholic Church, okay? And it's the wrong interpretation of Scripture. It's just the wrong fundamental teaching that gets people to take the wrong turn in the road and go the wrong direction to believe the wrong thing, okay? And that is what happened. And that's why they don't know it. But you can see the revelation of how all this is building up. I mean, I don't even know if my wife and I, because we live in the San Francisco Bay Area, I don't even know if we're going to be alive in 2017. I don't know if this war is going to break out tomorrow. I don't know if there's going to be a nuclear war, you know, concerning Russia and China. Now, if you go to some of these other reporters, they'll tell you that you know, like Stephen Ben Danoon, he's been reporting on this, all the updates and everything. There's other videos. You can go to the ACLJ website and look at all the petitions and all the videos and all the news that they've been fighting against the Obama administration and trying to defend Israel, Christians, and Jews worldwide, and how long this battle's been going on. It's been going on ever since he's been in office. Well, no surprise, they'll come to find out that Obama's birth certificate is a forgery. Okay? I mean, we live in a surreal time. Who would ever have guessed after 9/11 that we would have a radical Muslim abomination in office running this country? Okay? But it's not hard to understand when you understand what Scripture says. Because this 8th king is of the 7 heads, okay? So he's the 7th head king of America, the last great superpower, and he dies and resurrects because he has a death wound in the middle of the week of the last 7 years, and he resurrects and becomes the 8th king head. Who do you think that is? Obama is the 7th head king of America. And what does Scripture say? If you look at the whole scope and context, is that he hates the harlot, okay, and wants to strip her naked, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire, okay, along with the 10 horns. And these 10 horns are earthly powers that also hate America, but they're going to receive a power and authority 1 hour with the beast, which is the Antichrist, and that would be Obama. So the Scripture fits perfectly, and we just have to wait and see if it's really going to play out this way. But so far, it's going right down the line. Right down the line. I mean, think about it. We have Scripture that says a great league of nations will come up against Babylon and make her land desolate in Jeremiah. Okay? A great league of nations, great powers. Okay? So we have China, Russia, and also the kings of the Medes. Okay? That is Iran. And it's all right there in Syria. Okay? And so the whole goal in that is to remove all the moderate leaders, out of the Islamic nations, to remove all the moderate ones that would allow Christians to live there, okay, and replace them with radical, extreme Islamic terror-minded, Israel-hating leaders. And that paves the way for the fulfillment of the invasion of Israel without any opposition. So this is all manifesting right before our very eyes. And it's surreal. It's surreal. I mean, we're here. And even though it sounds scary, I feel blessed by God to be able to witness this, because it proclaims the power of His word. His prophetic word is happening exactly the way it's written. Okay? And I feel that if you get the opportunity to leave America, go on a vacation, go on a long one. Get off the mainland. Go somewhere else. I don't know about Hawaii. I really don't know about Hawaii, because over on the main island, you have a military base there, and that would be ground zero for a nuclear attack. I would say South America, up in Canada, or off the mainland, completely out of the United States, would be the best place. I have a friend that lives in Molokai that he's very well aware of this whole study and this whole prophetic thing. And he and I have discussed it many times, and we're in perfect agreement that we believe Obama is the strongest candidate for this Antichrist. And so far, it's following right down the line. Right down the line. We're not out of the dark yet, because the Obama administration it's still in power, and it's still active until Trump takes over on the 21st, I think it is, of January. So we still have, just like Jay Sekulow of ACLJ, he says we still have many dangerous days left to fight this abomination. And that's exactly what it is. I mean, if you want to sum it up, it's an abomination. Gay marriage, Planned Parenthood, aborted babies, selling baby parts. I mean, all this is what Obama glorifies. He glorifies that and supports it. He supports radical Islamic terrorists that are persecuting Christians. This all started way back when the Friends of Obama, sent over $950,000 to Odinga in Kenya, to get elected for his campaign. And once Odinga got elected, he promised a radical Islamic terrorist in that country that he would bring in Sharia law. He would do everything he could. And guess what happened after he got elected? The Christian churches got burned and people got slaughtered. Same thing happened in Libya with Gaddafi. He was a moderate. They replaced him with a radical. And then after that, what happened? The persecution of those in Libya. What happened in Iraq? Even before Obama took office, they kicked out Saddam, and Saddam would have prevented and went to war with Iran to prevent them to get to get a nuclear bomb, because they were bitter enemies. Iraq and Iran was bitter enemies. Okay, and Trump, I got to give him credit. The guy is no dummy. He says we don't even belong over there. What are we doing over there? We're getting into these wars, and look what it's done. It's messed up the whole Middle East. It's made it worse. If we would have never got involved in Iraq with this false Bush administration lies and deception about 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction, you know, they did a tremendous damage to this company's or this country's geopolitical politics and how the world views America. They did a whole lot of damage, okay? And you can honestly see, what does the Bush administration say? Hey, congratulations, Donald Trump, on your election? Hell no. I mean, they're afraid. They're afraid that he's going to open up the investigation on 9/11, reopen it up, and that's what he said he would do. And they know that they lied. They know they lied about that. But anyways, it's a lot of information drop, but it's important to bring it out and share it with others. Do your research, okay? America, the Babylon by R.A. Combs, American Bible Prophecy, okay? And then Stephen Ben Danoon of Israeli News Live, okay? And also Pastor Paul Bigley, okay? He just did a report on China entering into Syria to back up Assad along with Russia. Now, what is Obama doing? He's going to try to start World War III. He's not backing down. He doesn't want a smooth transition of power. I mean, he's a lion snake. You can't believe nothing what he says. I mean, he's just a lying. He's exactly what you would expect from the son of perdition, the destroyer, Apollyon, all the names of Antichrist, the devil, Satan. In the Bible, there's several of them, and they all have a certain character in the name that it describes. Obama's the destroyer. He wants to start World War III. He wants, and you know what's interesting, when you study Perry Stone's Are Islamic Prophecies Pointing to the President, he did a video, and I commend him. That was a tremendous amount of preaching and research he did, and he had the guts to get up there and tell his church, you know, this is what I believe to be true. And the Mahdi of Islam, okay, unites, this is what they believe in their religion, the radical Islamic religion of, you know, that these terrorists believe. There's different factions of it. But they believe that this Mahdi is going to rise up out of a pit, or a cave or a pit, and he's going to unite the Islamic nations to move in one direction to take over Israel and destroy it. And also, it will also cause a war between the superpowers of the world, which is China, Russia, and America, and even some nations in Europe, like France and United Kingdom, England. They believe in their prophecies in the Quran, and that those nations will destroy themselves. Well, what's interesting is you see Obama doing exactly this. This is exactly what he's doing. So search that out. It's Perry Stone's video. It's entitled Are Islamic Prophecies Pointing to the President Obama? Okay, check that out. It's a great one for those that really care about the truth. But God bless, and these are updates, and get set for it. Stand strong and keep your faith and share the gospel with everybody. And it wouldn't hurt to maybe find a way out of here, because it says in Revelation 18:4, come out of her, my people, so you are not going to take part in her sins and her plagues, because God's going to judge America. God's going to judge America for its abominations. And there's one key scripture that sets this whole thing off. It's a betrayal of Israel in Jeremiah, okay? So it's written about, there's a scripture that says, because of my heritage, okay? And this heritage is the land that, and the nation of Israel and the Temple Mount. So something is going to happen there that's going to trigger this judgment against America. And it will be a swift and a swift destruction of the nation, our nation. So God says, come out of her, my people, so you don't have to suffer that, basically is what he's saying. And when he says come out, if you look in the Greek meaning of the words, it means to go abroad, flee, and escape. Okay, so if you can, do it. Not all will. My wife and I, we're kind of stuck here, and we don't have a way out. But, you know, we might go on vacation. Maybe we'll be out of here when that happens. Or we'll go visit our friend in Molokai. I don't know. But God bless, and just know what the truth is, and know that we have eternal destiny in the kingdom of heaven forever and ever. God bless. This is Mark checking out. Goodbye.